Hey everyone, it's Animating Engineer here, and lately I've been thinking a lot about exaggeration in animation, but to be specific, in 2D animation. And I figured why not share a few thoughts on how I see it and use it. So let's get into it. When I first started animating, I thought the goal was just to make things look real. But the more I studied animation, especially classic 2D animation, the more I realized that reality can actually hold you back while animating. Exaggeration is where the fun happens, to be honest. It's where you stretch a pose, push an emotion, or even delay an action just enough to make it feel more alive or more believable than real life. It's not about making things chaotic, it's about clarity. You're amplifying what your audience should feel or notice. Sometimes the smallest exaggeration in timing, spacing, can make a huge difference. Whether it's characters eye popping just a bit wider to show the emotion of being surprised, or squash and stretch that is being held longer by a frame. It all adds life to your animation. And honestly, I see exaggeration as a tool I'm still learning to use better with each shot. But it's a powerful one nonetheless. And honestly, it's what makes animation animation. Without further ado, let's get into the animation itself proper. Alright, in this shot, I intended to push the emotions to the extreme because I started out with the ground rules that I'm going to animate the emotion, frustration, without using facial expressions. So I'm not allowed to use facial expression to convey frustration at all. So I was left with purely body language. So I had to push it to the extreme, and that is where exaggeration comes in. And to be honest, it was a challenge, and it was a really nice one to embark on because I had to think a little bit abnormally than I would rather do, and it helped me see things from the traditional animator's point of view, because I now understand better why exaggeration is such a core concept in 2D animation. I see why it's quite important at times to animate your characters' emotions in an exaggerated manner so that the emotion is unmistakably clear, or whatever action they are going through at the point in time is unmistakably clear. And in this shot in particular, I tried to use just body language to convey the emotion of frustration, and easy was not what it was, but it was a good kind of challenging, because when you do things like this in animations, you approach things differently. You tend to learn a new side of, or a new way of looking at things, and I think overall it came out nicely. And definitely there are some pluses I could take from this. Like, usually I animate on twos, and I let my spacing do all the work. I don't change the timing of my animations at all. I very rarely change the timing. I mostly let my spacing do the work. But this time around, I worked on fours. I was forced to work on fours just so that I can exaggerate the extreme poses properly and give them more screen time. And that was something that was quite the experience, to be honest, because I've not actually done that before, and now experimenting with it, it feels like okay, something I'll be doing more often now, because it gave my animation a new spark, and I'm seeing it from a whole different perspective now. And these are the results.